Man, what's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking ENT and Polo Sports News Plus here again with yet another one. Hit the like, also hit the sub, uh, comment after this video, and hit the notifications so that you definitely are getting my streams and my videos. Okay. I want to talk about something that I think needed to be addressed as well. I thank everybody for pulling up on the previous stream. I also want to give a shout out. Um, okay, hit that like and hit that sub as you come on in. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back. I want to give a shout out before I begin this video. What's up with you, T Price? I see you in the building. Y'all sub to T Price's channel. Definitely got a lot of knowledge on the game. He's a Lakers fan, and his page is definitely hot at this point in time, and a good brother representing the LDBC. I want to give a shout out to my new subscriber, Neprock Gaming. I want to welcome you to the channel. Thank you for the love and the support, and I hope you enjoy the content as well. And right now, we need to address something. Okay, why is it that Paul George and Chris Middleton have stepped their games up during the playoffs, despite being short? Well, with PG being shorthanded and Chris Middleton being able to display that he is that second guy and that reliable scorer when needed upon, and Ben Simmons is not able to do that. We have to ask that question. Now I know some people are wondering, well, why are you talking about Ben Simmons? Isn't he a part of your squad? Yes, I'm talking about him because he needs to get the smoke, just like Doc Rivers needs to get the smoke, just like everybody on the Sixers team. I don't even if Joel Embiid is playing, with on one leg, so to speak, he's gonna get the smoke too because he missed a game winner, and not only did he miss the game winner, he missed two free throws too that would have ultimately gave us a chance to win or possibly seal the victory. But as much as I like Ben Simmons, because I do like Ben Simmons, I'd be sitting up here lying if I said I didn't like Ben Simmons. Uh, he works hard on defense, and he's valuable in terms of playmaking. But what my question is how come he's not able to step up his game and respond to the criticism when it's needed? Now, I'm not going to talk about just primarily free throw shooting or shooting a jumper, because that right there, you can only do so much during the season. You're not gonna get, if you're not a shooter and shooting isn't your forte, you're not just gonna get better right after the playoffs, or right when the playoffs is there, or if you make it to the finals, or anything like that. That's not gonna happen. That takes time. That takes preparation. Uh, Sometimes, most of the time, that takes years, a few years in the league in order to develop. So it's not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. But take this into account, okay? Ben Simmons through 5 games, just these 5 games versus the Hawks, okay? He's shooting 30.8% from free throws, okay? I mean, his average free throw makes is only 2.4, while his attempts are at 7.8. Okay, yes, I get he's averaging 11.6 points per game, along with 8.4 rebounds and 5.4. I'm sorry about that, 8.4 assists and 5.4 rebounds. He's averaging close to 2 steals and a block. Like I said, he's valuable on defense. That's great. That's wonderful. But my thing is this: as I'm gonna let you cook in just a second, T. Price. Let me get this off my head. Chris Middleton saved the game last night. He pretty much came along with the other role players as well, with the exception of Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday could play better too, and he could get the smoke too as well. But Chris Middleton did what he was supposed to do, and that's what he's responded very well. People were all on Chris Middleton, being able to put up 38 points, uh, and was really very accurate. And more importantly, he actually played pretty good defense too as well. And what a lot of people don't understand too, I also had to look this up. Chris Middleton was actually number one in defensive win shares this year. It was him. He was up there. I don't have the list right off the top of my head. I'll look it up in just a second. But I know Giannis was up there, and a couple of other people were up there from the Bucks. So Chris Middleton is also a pretty decent impact in terms of his defense as well. Plus, he's guarded KD on multiple occasions, because that's what you have to do with KD in order to try to neutralize him in some sort. You're not going to stop him because he's still going to get 30. 32 is a bad night for KD, really, and shooting 50%. So just let that sink in. But Ben Simmons need to get, as I let my boy T. Price speak on this. Ben Simmons really has got to get it together. Uh, I'm at the point now where, and I told Andy K this, I don't even want his ass out there in the fourth quarter. And that's sad, because as a point guard, you're supposed to be out in the fourth quarter. You're supposed to be at the forefront. The point guard is an extremely important position to be relied upon, especially in the fourth quarter, because he has to know what everybody is doing. He has to relay what the coach is trying to relay to the players, and also he has to be that knockdown shooter to some degree when nobody else is relied upon. That's originally what the point guard was designed to do. If nobody else can shoot and they need points, guess what? The point guard has to go ahead and do what's necessary to make that needed bucket. But free throws is very key. 30.8% is history making for one of the worst. He shot less than Shaq. He shot less than DeAndre Jordan. I'm finished. Go ahead, T. Price.
Salute, man. Yeah, we were just talking about it for a little bit about Ben Simmons and everything. But shout out to Chris Middleton though too, because I said this earlier, man. He saved their breakfast for him. I know Giannis, he had his numbers and everything, but Chris Middleton, other than that game one, he has been balling. And I've been saying this about Paul George too. Give this man his credit. You know what I mean? I have somebody on my channel was saying that he don't believe in him because Kawhi's not there. I was like, y'all can just say what you want to. The man has been playing different this year. He has a whole new approach. You can just see it. You can see it in the game. And I ain't heard him say. I ain't heard anything bad. You know, with his own thing. I say his excuses. You know what I mean? This is to me. He is fully healthy. And Chris Middleton, he's proven that. Hey, Giannis do got a backup, but Drew Holiday, he's up and down for me. You know what I mean? But give these players their credit. I get back to Ben Simmons. I'm a huge fan of his. He went to LSU, one of my favorite schools that I like. But to me, and this is just my opinion, and me and Trayvon, my homie Trayvon, we say the same thing about him. He has improved his defense. You know what I mean? And other than that, if he gives his offense, he's just a liability. This is what added on to your game. He don't. He to me, he didn't add nothing to his game. Now let's take it. Let's take it back. I didn't understand it at the time that the Hawks was doing the hack and bends, whereas because at the time they was up by 20. When I remember when they was doing that, but that was in the second quarter. I was like, why are they doing that? Didn't make sense. He can't make free throws.
Right.
And then in the fourth quarter, you're a point guard, and you need. I say this all the time. I never understand it for the life of me. All these great players that they do have in this league, they have the ball so much in their hands. Even the great ones, even some of the great ones, you can't make the free throws. What NBA do the other night, missed free throws. That could have sealed the win. That opened up the door.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you have a chance to kill a team, kill them. I think when he missed them free throws, and I was just like, and then I looked at it. I watched that game 3 times, Polo,
I know. Yeah.
because I'm the type of person when I watch a game, I want to watch it again because I always end
Watch
up
it
seeing
again.
something that.
Damn, that's why I'm
And
laughing.
again,
Hey, see, that's what T5, man. I salute to you, Queen. You know, Annie K, I'm gonna let you get it in because I'm gonna let you have a full flow. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know how you feeling. But man, I did the same thing though, T Price. I had to go back, and I'm wondering not only with the Bucks, but also with Philly. How are we breaking down? Because we did that like to, and it's really Ben Simmons. He's the Achilles heel, coupled with some other things, but Ben Simmons is the Achilles heel. Go ahead, though, brother.
oh, Andy K in there. Oh, I'm good. I said what I had to say. You know what I mean? I just had to come in here and show some love to you, bro. You know what I mean? That
Nah,
was it, man.
always much appreciated, man. You gonna stand and hear what Annie K got to say, or you got to run?
Yeah. I'm on there. She
Oh,
probably
she
gonna say pretty much
ready.
the same
She
thing.
she on red, but when she talk, she must have something on her mental right now. So I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead, Queen. You got it. You got the flow.
Oh, oh, yes. Hello, everybody. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just very disappointed how the Sixers just keep on losing these leads so badly. Like to see Ben State keep on hacking Ben in order to at least get back into this game is horrible. I just think that in order for them to at least win is to keep Ben Simmons off the what they call out of the game in the third and fourth quarter in order for us to at least win. I think that's gonna be have to be the game plan now. I will say Joel too, but I think that will hurt even more too because he's one of our scorers on the team. Other than what's his name, Tobias Harris, even though he had a bad game last game, well only 4 points, but in order for him he has to even go back to the way he was in that Wizard series in order for us to even us to have a chance. Seth Curry, he's been doing fine, but if he can have another game like he had in game 5, that will give us a chance to win. But I know if we have Seth Curry, it's not gonna only have to rely on him to make some shots.
Um, well,
Yes.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you, Annie K. And listen, Tobias Harris, man, I'm not gonna excuse the smoke from him because he definitely got to get the smoke too.
Mhm.
Seth Curry, you brought up a good point with him
Mhm.
because he definitely stepped it up. He had 30. He was the only other scorer besides Joel Embiid. It was
Mhm.
Joel Embiid. He had 37, and Seth Curry had 36. But like I
Mhm.
said, you already know what me and you agreed upon, Andy K and T Price. I think you saw it too. He missed those two crucial free throws.
Mm. Mm.
You know,
That was horrible. I was like when I saw the video about that because I was at work. I wasn't able to watch the game. I was just like watching some of the clips that they were showing about the Philly game. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Right.
And watching like the score and stuff, and then I saw that in one of the somebody, I don't remember whose Twitter account, I saw somebody saying that Ben Simmons missed 10 free throws. I'm like, oh my goodness,
Yeah, he's
why?
and get this, Andy K. I told you that, and C Price too. I told you that he's shooting 34%, but actually
Mm-hmm.
versus the Hawks, he's actually shooting even worse than that altogether. He's shooting
Wow.
30.8%, and that's his. Unfortunately, he made history for the wrong reason. That's an
Hmm.
all-time low. Uh, and that right there. See, when you look at these other stats, okay, Chris Middleton and versus the Nets this series, he's actually stepped up his game. He's
Mm-hmm.
24.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 4 assists in 6 games, and he's
Mm-hmm.
shooting 84% from the free throws and 37% from 3 pointer. Paul
Mm-hmm.
George is averaging 29. He's averaging 29 points,
Mm-hmm.
9.6 rebounds. That's very key, and 4.4 assists. And he's shooting over 50. He's shooting 44.6%, and he's shooting 41.9% from 3 pointers. Why can't Ben Simmons do that and they're shorthanded? That's my question.
I'm wondering if is he? I don't want to even question if he's going to the gym and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, what are you? What are we? What is the Philly organization paying you for? Like I was saying in the chat, like what are they paying you to do if you're not working on anything and you had the same moves since you've been in the NBA? Like it makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like it's confusing. I'm scratching my head. Like what is the Philly organization paying you to do? Like at least Tobias Harris, yes, he may be inconsistent, but he's at least he's trying. Except he only had that one bad game in game 5. But
Right.
Ben Simmons, you're playing bad throughout the whole series, and you haven't at least had one game where I can be like, oh, okay, that was a good game. But okay, maybe game 4 he had a good game, but they still lost. So it's like it just still doesn't even mean anything. Unfortunately, I mean, it would have been nice if we would have won with him playing so well, but still, like, come on, like you're getting paid all these millions of dollars to play a game, and you're just not even showing up at a crucial time, at least be out of the second round because we always get bounced out of the second round every year. Like I just don't understand. Does it not sting? Like we always getting hit throughout the second round of the series. Like we do so well the first round, and then the second round is just we just out. Like we could have been competing with the Nets right now, but who knows? With the Nets, we can be swept. The way they're playing right now, because we get this big lead and then we just fall flat on our faces through the third and fourth quarter. It's terrible, very
Right.
terrible.
No, that's fact, Andy K. And before I shoot, salute to Hitman X, also sub to Hitman X page too as well. I'm gonna let you go in just a second, but let me get this out too.
Mhm.
If if Joel Embiid can play on one leg, if James Harden can play on one leg,
Mhm.
if Chris Paul, who had a bum shoulder, could go out there and still give him work and put up over 30, I don't
Mhm.
want to hear no excuses from you, Ben Simmons. Like I'm
Exactly.
I'm serious. T Price, Hitman X, Annie K, and you already know this, Annie K. I've said I don't even want his ass in the fourth quarter. And shout out
Mhm.
to Hitman X. He told me this. He told me this plenty of times. He's always dropping gems on me. He
Mhm.
said Ben Simmons needs to be in the other position. I'm at the point now, Hitman X, where I'm like, look, that turmoil that's going on in Dallas. Look, give us Brunson. Give us a point guard, move them other guys that don't want to be there. Give us a nice little point guard that can actually hit free throws and get Ben
Mhm.
Simmons in the front court. Because
Yeah.
that's the point that I'm at right now. Go ahead, Hitman. Take it away. You got the floor, man.
Mhm.
What's good, Polo? Andy, I heard you in there. I don't know who else in here, but salute to y'all. But
Mhm.
yeah, man, like I
T
said,
Price
man,
in
Ben
here.
Simmons, yes, salute T Price. But yeah, man, I feel like Ben Simmons, he been playing out of his position his whole career. So, I mean, unfortunately, this was going to happen. You know, y'all played a lot better when Ben Simmons was running the center. But
Mhm.
with Joel Embiid coming back, you know he's not going to run the center for long. So, I mean, it is what it is as far as that goes. I always felt like Ben Simmons was really right-handed, but he's playing left-handed. I don't know why the hell he's shooting the way he's shooting, like from the free throw line. Because a lot of people say he has a good form, which he does, but it's just not falling. It's more of a confidence issue because we can't say he doesn't practice on his free throws. I've seen him outside of the games practicing and working on his free throws. So it's more of a confidence thing than anything. But like I said, man, it's the Atlanta Hawks. I have a hard time believing the Atlanta Hawks can close y'all out, especially seeing how y'all always had a big lead every game. So it's like it's more about closing with y'all. Y'all got to learn how to close games and finish
Yes.
games out. If it takes sitting Ben Simmons in the fourth quarter, y'all got a 15-point lead. You sit down Ben Simmons. Y'all should have enough to beat the Atlanta Hawks. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't really panic if I'm the Philadelphia 76ers. But y'all definitely got to step it up, man. 'Cause this is win or go home. It's literally win and go home right now.
Mm-hmm. I still believe we have a chance, but the way we're playing, I don't like you said, I don't like the way we're closing out. It's really terrible. Like
I'll
around the
say this,
score line.
and I'll say this: take take scrub ass Ben Simmons out. I mean when I say he's scrubbing, I mean scrubbing in the fourth quarter because he
Mm-hmm.
no NBA players to scrub, but to me he you can't have a player like that that gets paid all this money. And I like Ben Simmons. Like I honestly like him, but I know that he ain't never worked on his game. I look at that's why I always like players that every single year you see an improvement in their game. Like for instance, Booker, for instance, for Phoenix, you see every single year he improves on his game.
Mm-hmm.
The young Zach Levine came back from an injury, everything still improvement on his game. You can
Mm-hmm.
see these players, Julius Randle, every single year improved on his game. You see all these players in the league, they improved on this game. I seen everybody else improving, and I'm looking at Ben Simmons like, what? I understand your defense, but what are your other intangibles that you could bring it? This is to me, and I always said this to me. He's the reason that's hindered them from winning the championship because if he adds so much to his game, even make your free throws. You can make your free throws, okay. That's more points, but you need to add more stuff to the game because Tobias, he's out there. I can say this about Tobias. He improved too. Everywhere he's been a great role player. Everybody always want to look at these players like they number one option. Tobias, yeah, he gets paid the much he don't get the look, but he has improved to me. Everywhere he went, he 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 played good. Everywhere he did, he produced. Like Jeff Green, for instance, he's another good example. Everywhere he played at, he benefited from it. You know, he knew how to play, and he expanded his game. When players expand their game in a situation, Ben Simmons just hurting them, man. I'll say put Shake Milton in there. At least Shake Milton, Shake Milton can create and he can make his free throws compared to Ben Simmons. But you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose the defense. But some got to go. Now, Doc Rivers, for instance, everybody say he's overrated. I don't get into all that stuff. He overrated. I don't get. I'm not the type person that sit there say he's
I'm,
overrated and all this and that there. But he need to make some adjustments, make some changes because if he doesn't, because this series to me should have been already. This should have been a closeout game. You squandered leads, Doc, under your resume. Are you going to break that chain, or are you going to continue to let stuff just unravel in front of your face? That's all I got, man.
Nah, he before I let y'all go, man. Look, man, you on point with what you said about Doc. Now with Shake Milton, I've said that before because Shake Milton, y'all say what you want. Him and Tyrese Maxey and I would talk about Thibault. Them guys have really been playing with heart, for the minutes that they've been dealt with and everything. And so, but with Doc, yes, At Price, you on point. I don't know if Hitman X and Andy K feel this way. Probably Andy K. If he don't get it done, because I've already made a video about this. His ass is gone. And plus, it's not the fact that I don't have a superior level for respect for Doc, but time and time again, we have to wonder. Okay, it's just like the situation with Luca. Okay, you coming up time and time again, you blaming your teammates and all this other stuff. but really you seem to be the problem. And I'm like, Doc, okay, you up 3-1 against the Nuggets or whatnot, even though you had locker room turmoil and you still didn't get it done. You had Lob City. They were supposed to possibly be in the champion, at least the Western Conference final, didn't get there. Now you come to Philly, you start off good. You do really, really great and everything. We're number one in the East and everything. And then when it comes to closing out games, like my boy Hitman said, and the rotations, like T. Price has said, you fail to get it done. So, Doc, man, you need to be on the hot seat. I'm tired of making excuses for him. What y'all feel about that, man?
No excuses for me. I mean, excuse is excuse, but hey, you got to get it done. Execution at the end, man. And this is the thing. And this is one thing that I wish I could be able to see in the Western Conference Finals. Is a point guard like Chris Paul. You know what I mean? A person that if you have a lead, you're gonna maintain that lead. You're gonna slow the pace down. You're gonna get them in your pace. That's where Philly lacks is a point guard. You know what I mean? I don't know who's that's going to be per se, but this is where a veteran like a point guard like a Chris Paul. So to me that's his only. Yeah, you can say Ronda, but I'm talking about from top to bottom. I have to say Chris Paul. This is when a point guard like that is so missed, it's so needed in this game. So look at Philly. If they had a point guard like a Chris Paul, this series would have been over by now. There ain't no way you gonna won all these
Man,
leagues.
don't do
My bad.
that.
I don't mean
You
to cut
got a
you off.
Spurs fan on here. Don't do that, T. Price. No.
No, no, no,
Hey, I'm just
no.
being for
I agree
real.
with him.
I'm just
I
being
agree
for
with him
real.
because I
I'm
agree with
just
him. No,
being for
Polo.
real.
Hold on,
I'm
Polo.
just
I
being for
agree with
real.
him. I agree with him. No, Polo. And here's the thing. I was
I'm
gonna
for
ask y'all
real, man.
this.
Chris
I'm glad he
Paul is
said
a
that.
bad
I
man,
was
but
gonna.
he know how to close
Yeah,
though.
I
He
know,
know how
I
to
no, I was
know.
close.
gonna ask you though. I was gonna ask you Sixers fans because I heard somebody talking about this. I heard a Sixers fan talking about this. How would you
Uh-huh.
feel if y'all traded Ben Simmons for Damian Lillard? How you feel like that'll work?
Annie K, I'll let you answer
Hmm.
that. Go ahead, Annie K.
Uh, oh, in hindsight, I feel like for the regular season it would be good, but the postseason, I don't know. I don't trust it personally. Wouldn't
Well,
mind Kyle Lowry, but Damian, I don't know. I'm not
but wait,
like,
are you trading Ben Simmons for Kyle Lowry? That's what you telling me?
yeah, I'll do that, but I don't know.
Nah,
Maybe it's wild, but I don't know. I don't trust Dame. I mean, even though I do love Dame too, but I don't know. I just don't trust him in the postseason like that.
yeah, I feel you on that. Even he's been to the Western Conference Finals, so that's why I said that.
Right,
Okay.
And he's,
That's
right,
in my
true.
yeah,
opinion,
yeah,
That's
in
he
my
true.
opinion,
That's a
has.
good point.
he's a proven player. You know, Ben Simmons hasn't really been a proven player his whole career, and he
Mm-hmm.
hasn't
Right,
improved like y'all said.
I agree
So,
with that.
like,
But we
I feel like to build around Embiid, you need shooters around him. And who's a
Mm-hmm.
better shooter at the point guard position than a Ben Simmons?
That is
but
true.
but but
Dame is a good idea. That's true. That's fair.
I
That's a good
think
point.
like okay, going back to what T. Price has said, as much as I hate to admit it, and then Hitman X, you got him over there. We do need a player like that. Now, what I was telling some guys yesterday, I felt like there's guys like Jalen Brunson and like like a Fred Van Fleet, guys like that can distribute. And the thing I like about a guy like Fred Van Fleet is that he could finish at the cup and he can also distribute and he could shoot too in pressure moments. Because y'all remember what he did when he was in the when he was in the finals that year with Kawhi. So yes, I like a guy that could be a dual threat. He could shoot and he could distribute. Jalen Brunson, he does so many intangibles, and people don't even look at that. They look at this guy because he's Luca dominates the ball so much that you don't really see the
Uh-huh.
value. You don't see the value of Brunson. But to have that guy, Embiid would love playing with a guy like that because I mean, yes, what's his name? Ben Simmons, he facilitates and everything, but he can't hit the free throw. Jalen Brunson, if he gets fouled, he can make a free throw.
And then he's a proven. This is the thing. And this is why Hitman Squad got his teammate he played with in college, Bridges. You know, when he played under Jay Wright. This is Jay Wright. He's one of the to me he's one of the best coaches in college basketball. He just has his team so prepared. He know how to adjust to his team. You know what I mean? He know how to adjust to his talent. That talent run that they when they I think Jalen and them won two. I think Bridges won two there too. It was him and David Chisno. Them boys was that nice, bro. You play Villanova, man. They well disciplined. And Brunson, not to slow the pace down. I think he should start as the point guard. But Luca just dominates
I
the
said
ball
that.
so much.
Hey, Hitman,
I said the same
didn't I
thing
say
too.
that before hit? I've said that.
Yeah, yeah, you
But
been
they ain't
saying
gonna.
Everybody
that.
think I'm tripping when I say that shit, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
Jalen
I
Brunson, nice
think
man. I like Jalen.
yeah, because when he was in college, that's why I was telling. I was like, man, I know his dad played for Temple back in the day. I know his dad played in the league. His son is nice, man. His son is nice, man. I think he should start. The next coach start that man. Get Luca off the ball. I want to see Luca play without the ball. Everybody want to be like LeBron. Want to dominate the ball, dictate and all this, but have shooters and all this and that. Then let me see you play without the ball. Let me see you get better defensively.
That's
You know
wishful
what I mean? That's
thinking, T.
one.
Price. I'm telling. Hey, look, that's wishful thinking, bro. Luka
I
Doncic
know,
is who
man,
he
but
is.
I know that's just me personally. You know what I mean? I know it's wishful thinking, but that's just me personally. No matter
Right,
what,
right.
what he, what he do number one, what he do number one is that offense. I can't take it away. He a bad boy, man. I give it to him, man.
Yeah,
He
he
a
is.
bad man. He a bad. That's what my boy Trayvon was saying that yesterday. He was like, "See, Price, I gotta say it.
Yeah,
Everybody in the league gonna be talking about Luca in a minute. They're gonna be like, Luca, he had me dying
yeah,
when he said
yeah,
that.
but
But
as
he
As
bad,
did.
soon as
but
LeBron retired.
as bad as you are,
Mm-hmm.
as bad as you are, and Hitman put this in perspective, and Andy K and T Price, look, as bad as you are, okay, you up in here complaining and getting mad when you the Achilles heel. You up in here
Mm-hmm.
not drawing fouls when it needed to be drawn. You up in here shooting the ball when it doesn't need to be shot. You need to be going to the rack and drawing the foul. Then on top of that, you marching up to the offices and then you causing terror. Carl out and step down. Got Donnie Nelson fired. Then you're gonna send this little statement talking about, oh, I feel so. No, motherfucker, you didn't feel bad. You knew you wanted that shit to happen. Don't even try to sit up here. You got what you wanted because you were mad, and then you got Kristaps Porzingis not wanting to play with you. Anthony,
They got him, man.
you've already
They
said
got
that,
him.
Anthony. You've already said that these playoffs do count. If Phoenix win, the playoffs count. If
Mm-hmm.
Clippers
Right.
win, the playoffs count. If Milwaukee wins,
We
the
can't
playoffs
do
count.
that. We can't
These
do that. I
playoffs
told
count.
Mookie
It
that
don't
Hold
too. We
on.
matter.
If the
can't do
Lakers
that.
would have beat us, that would have counted. They're only saying that because the Lakers are out. So you see a lot of Laker fans or LeBron fans, whatever you want to call them, coming out with all these old caveats, all these old, oh, well, I'm gonna put an asterisk on this season because LeBron James didn't get out the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot,
You
Mookie
heard
was
less of
saying
that talk
that.
last
Mookie
year
was saying
when
that
it
about
really didn't
Kawhi.
matter. In the bubble,
Right.
they was giving the bubble so much credit. Oh, it's hard, man. It's no fans. Oh, they had
Mm-hmm.
home court. Come on now. But
Mm-hmm.
now all of a sudden the season doesn't count. Fuck out of here, man. Nah, the season
It's
counts.
crazy.
When we look back 20 years from now and they say NBA champions, whoever it is, nobody's going to be thinking, oh, it was a coronavirus, it was a pandemic. Same way with the Lakers. Nobody's going to be thinking, oh, that was the bubble. It was a bubble championship. It counts.
Right.
Exactly.
You got to go out there and play. You got to put your big boy pants on and go out there and play.
There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you got on that, Annie K?
I just don't like the fact that people just discredit rings. Like, don't discredit somebody because the way they're either because they're playing in a certain situation. Like, for example, the bubble. Just because you're playing in the bubble, the like regardless how we feel about it, the Lakers won the championship last year. Like, we can't. There's nothing we could do or say about that that's going to change the fact that they won. Like for this year, like we can't change the fact, or LeBron can't change the fact that he lost in the first round to the Suns. Like that's not gonna. That's like he can't change that fact. All he can do now is just sit at home and watch the playoffs, like the rest of us is watching the playoffs right now. So it doesn't make any sense how everybody keep on just trying to discredit the fact that these teams that are no longer in the playoffs or their favorite teams is not that are not in the playoffs, that they're just discrediting it just because what do you call it, they're not happy because all the star players may not be playing, or just because their favorite team is not is out of the playoffs. Like it's gonna count regardless how we feel about it or not. Like years from now, like what Hitman said is I agree with. Is that years from now, no one's gonna care about the whole the pandemic because of this and that. It's just they won the championship and that's it. That's all. What else are we supposed to do about that? We can't do anything about that but just watch these teams play regardless of the situation, whether it's fans or no fans. That's it.
That's facts right there. Before I let y'all continue to cook, look, Anthony, listen, injuries. Okay, injuries do count. I mean, yes, that you can't say that they don't count. But the thing about it is, you mentioned AD and you mentioned Murray and you mentioned CP3, you mentioned Kawhi, you mentioned Harden and Kyrie. Well, guess what? This is the NBA. It's the next man up, the next man up to shine. So what if they do win, Anthony? Then what you gonna say? Paul George has stepped up. They don't have Kawhi. Come
Good
on,
God.
you gotta think about stuff like that before you go ahead and say it. Look at Kevin Durant. He put the team on his shoulders, had 49 triple doubles. It's the next man up mentality. He ain't got no time to think about that. The other players need to step up. Joe Harris, he needs to step his ass up. He's supposed to be the modern day John Paxson. Now he playing like Bill. He's shooting worse than Ben Simmons.
Oh wow! From the field?
And he
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
make free throws either.
Wow,
he
that's
hitting
crazy.
layups and stuff, but I mean, come on, man. He's not shooting. He's not that automatic like that nigga Ticket said. He ain't automatic like he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy though. But I think you'll have a good game in Game 7, and
I
he
hope
should because
so.
it's he's home. Oh, sorry. What were you about to say?
I said I hope so.
Oh,
'Cause he be playing like, as my boy James be saying, he's playing like shit water.
oh God.
Hey, Paulo, I got to tip out my phone. Finna down there. It was good
Oh
chopping it up with
no,
y'all
man.
though.
No, go ahead. Y'all sub the Hitman Nate page. He a Suns fan, so I don't know. T Price, that's that Lakers Suns rivalry right there.
I'm already, I'm already subscribed to his channel.
Yeah,
Hey,
I've
it
no,
ain't
been
no
subscribed to
rivalry
his
no
channel.
more. It ain't no rivalry no
Nah,
more. I think we already settled
yeah,
that.
no, yeah, there ain't no rivalry.
We already done
They
handled that, you
won.
know.
They won. In fact, I can't say
But
nothing
it's all
about
good.
that
Hey,
nigga.
I'll holler at y'all, but y'all be
all
easy,
right,
man.
Hitman
All
Nate,
right, Joe.
man. You be
All
safe,
right,
bro.
All right,
All
Joe.
bro.
right, bet.
But yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
gonna be.
Anthony, you said, well, if the Clippers win, it'll be the second time Mitchell blew a lead in the playoffs. I mean, Mitchell's got to step it up. What do y'all say to that?
I mean, look. Hey, that's Donovan Mitchell. He's still young. He can still be able to get over that hump sooner or
Right,
later.
right.
But hey, the Clippers are just a better team. That's all. And it's a good
I,
thing that no longer everybody's blaming Paul George. Oh, sorry, D Price. What were you about to say?
no, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, it's just good now that Paul George will be playing like
Yeah, you the
Pacer
queen
Paul
around
George to
here.
win.
Come on now.
So I just think that's just great that now to see, like you were saying on your channel, that Paul George is now going to get the respect that he deserves because he's playing well. The team is playing well without Kawhi, and it's going to be good, to see that he's Paul George is going to get that respect that he deserves because we have been shitting on him a lot because of him being the second best player. And I think he is probably the only player that I've seen so far in modern day basketball that's been shitted on as the second best player too. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but
Him
it's
and Chris Middleton.
oh yeah, and him too. Yes, for
Them two
sure.
get shitted on the verse, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I like Chris Middleton's game. I think I was telling T Price this a long time ago. It was when you remember when he finally came. He said, "Shut up, Anthony. You're just mad the Lakers are out." You something else. You see that, T Price?
I ain't mad, bro. Like,
No, he said no. He said that. He said, "Shut up. You just mad that the Lakers are out."
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Look,
it is what it
Chris
Mm-hmm.
Middleton. I always liked him, and see, I think it was last year when he pulled some of his moves out of his bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really, I was like, dang, I knew Chris Middleton had it in him because, what were they saying about him? He couldn't create his own shot. He couldn't do this. He couldn't do that. But he was showing you some stuff when Giannis was hobbled with the injury and stuff. He pulled everything out of his bag.
He showed that mid range. He showed the post.
Going to the rack,
Right,
dunk,
right. I mean, he can make free throws too. So,
right. And he could play defense. See, the thing about it too,
mm-hmm.
Andy K and T Price,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice he's first in the league in defensive win shares.
Hmm.
When
And these
Winshare starts
players?
coming to stat, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that early, like of late. Like when Winshare's, well, when that started becoming a basketball stat is what I'm asking here because I've been getting to hear a lot about it lately because like the last couple years, defensive win shares are like, okay, I know people have the defensive win shares, but the shit was on defense though. You know what I mean? But Middleton is actually a good defender though. I think he's an
Right.
underrated defender.
Yeah, he is. Him, and I keep telling people about PJ Tucker. Everybody likes to sit here and sweep PJ Tucker under the rug, like he's not valuable to that squad. He is valuable to that squad. He got a key steal yesterday. A lot of people didn't see that. He got a key steal yesterday. That kind of it changed kind of the course of the game because Brooklyn was making a push to come back. So, man, I really hope that Ben Simmons goes to the gym this summer. Like Andy K say, they're paying you millions of dollars. As much as we get on LeBron and get on him about not doing this and not doing that, the one thing that you can't say is that he don't invest in something and he invests in his body. The man is still thinking about playing. You need to have that mentality. Invest in your shooting. Go to a shooting coach. You got a bunch of legends that used to, man, go find Hersey Hawkins. Hersey Hawkins used to
Mm,
play for the organization. Go find his ass and learn how to shoot.
that's the truth. A lot of people forget about the Hawk. That's why I be trying to say, man. That's why I be trying to tell some of the people that say Steph is the best. I'm like, dude, there's so many shooters, man, that that I've seen that can compete with that dude. Give them boys 10 chances to shoot a 3-pointer. In this era, and they was already skilled to even get off the shot anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and they can catch and shoot too. Man,
Right.
man, come on. Put Dale Ellis in this era.
Man, he would have a field day. He would absolutely love it out here. He would, man, because he was shooting. Mark Price was shooting. Who? Joy Horner
Mm-hmm.
said, go ahead, keep on, T Price. I know you know. Uh, Sam
Dennis
Perkins.
Scott. Dennis
Yep.
Scott.
Oh, 3D. Yeah,
Yeah,
3D.
Dennis Scott.
Nick
You can even throw
Anderson.
Bird, Reggie. Um, um, um,
Ray
even Joe
Allen.
Dumars. Get Dumars a chance to shoot the three. He was decent. I say he
Right.
can make.
Now,
I say he could probably make the minimum. I try to think of some more shooters, man. So man, it's been so long, man. Um,
Drazen,
but
Drazen Petrovic,
drop the yeah, Petrovic. Peja Stojakovic. Get Peja.
Stojakovic.
Get
Now,
Peja that strap to do that shit. Or Chuck Person. Or Wesley
whoo, the
Person.
rifleman.
Or the rifleman, man. That when he used to get hot,
Yeah.
man, get the players like that 10 chances to shoot 3 pointers a tenth of the game. And the way
Now,
them boys can get their shot off real quick and man, it would have been competition. That's all I tell these cats. It'd be competition with Curry. I know y'all wanted to crown him because society crowned him, but to me, he's not. He
well,
has a
so
great case for it. He has a great case for it, but to me, there's just too much other people. You just can't skip over all the other ones and just say, oh, you made these 3 pointers and it's, the game has totally changed. And now it's a 3-point era. Then it wasn't a 3-point era. And then let's just think about this too.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Herman, we tell cats this all the time. Imagine if Jared West had a 3-point lead, 3-pointer.
Hey,
And know what people also forget about Jared West too?
oh my
He was
God.
he was the defender too. He made all first defensive teams too.
Yeah,
That man wasn't no sus. He played both ends.
yeah. And I hate the fact that they look over Jay West, but that's a good point that you brought up because they didn't even he was killing and they didn't even have no 3 point. They didn't even have no 3-point line.
He shoots way out there. It was only 2 points. You shoot a half court shot, it's only 2 points. You
Right.
know, Jared West, man. And I also Pistol Pete. I got to throw Pistol
Yeah, a
Pete in
lot.
there. Give
Yeah,
him
I
a
noticed
chance.
you. Yeah, you say that about Pistol. I actually used to like Pistol Pete. T Price man. I used to like Pistol Pete. It's sad how he died though.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad how he passed away, man.
This is what him and Draza Petrovic, the ones right there hit home to me. 'Cause I used to like Draza Petrovic.
Hmm. He went at Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
He went at him like he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
afraid.
Yeah, that's one thing I try to tell the new cats. These the European they do. European players been a part of the league since I was born.
Hmm.
Yeah, players come from overseas. Yeah, some overseas players took a while for them adjusted. Like for instance, or being a Sabonis, for instance. Imagine they be able to get him at a young age. You know what I mean? God rest his soul. Imagine them.
He'd
Imagine
have
him
been.
playing man. But he came when he was older. But man, he became younger. He was doing his thing as a European player. That's like
Right.
Tony Kukoc. Like Kukoc, give Kukoc 10 chances. He was a good 3-point shooter, or you know what I mean? Oh, somebody else gonna come to my mind now. Oh, now that I'm talking,
Marshallonis.
yo,
Sharunas
oh yeah,
Marshallonis.
Sarunas, yes, Mitch Richmond, Glenn Rice, um,
Yeah, Mitch Richmond,
it,
Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice, man, get them boys 10 chances. Oh, even Dale Curry, give the daddy 10 chances to shoot threes.
Right.
Because Dale Curry
Steve,
was a lot of
Steve
people forget,
Kerr.
man.
Steve
Steve
Kerr.
Kerr too, yeah.
Jeff
And it's
Hornacek.
especially how the game is right now. I even say Rex Chapman too. Rex
Yeah,
Chapman,
Rex
he was a
Chapman.
definitely
But he
and
used to. Hey, T. Price. You mentioned Rex Chapman. Hey, he used to get up too, though. He
Rex
he
man,
he,
Rex had some
he was
high.
dunking on motherfuckers too, man.
Yeah, I think his house was higher than I know. Everybody say Brent Berry had hops too, but I think Rex Chapman had
Nah,
crazy hops.
Rex Chapman. Yeah.
Yeah, because, man, 'cause Brent was nice though, but man, Rex used to get up. I used to be like, my goodness, that boy can get up, man.
Now Kimball Walker. Kimball Walker done been traded to OKC for Al Horford. How y'all feel about that trade?
What they gonna do with Al Horford again?
I know. he
That's
could. He
how I'm looking
probably
at
a
it.
locker room guy. A locker room guy. A locker room guy.
Okay, hey, I know this is what they do now, but hey, Al Horford, man, he's a one thing I can say he is a competitor. I know people gave him smoke and everything like that, whatever, but he always played the game the right way for me. I never heard anything bad about him. You know what I mean? And I think his best days to me was when he was with the Hawks, but they just could never. That was when LeBron was with the Cavaliers, and everybody thought that number one seed was a fluke, and then they ended up losing LeBron and the Cavs, and it was the rest was history. And that was when Schroeder was coming off the bench.
I loved him when he was with Philly, man.
He played for Philly. He did play for Philly.
Yeah, remember when he
I
played for
forget about
Philly,
that.
Annie K? I think Annie K probably busy. Nah, but he played for Philly, man. He brought a toughness. I've always liked Al Horford and T Price. Did you ever get a chance to watch? I know you probably man because you watch you like me. You watch not only the NBA, you watch other basketball. T Price be up there watching high school, college, That motherfucker, he played when he played with France. He went Dominican. I think it was Dominican, or was it France? Hold on.
I can't remember.
I want to say it was France because it was him. I think it was him, Boris Diaw, and what's that motherfucking name?
Oh yeah,
Barbosa. Barbosa.
yeah, Barbosa, yeah, the Usher looking-like dude. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He do look like Usher.
I used to tell niggas that all the time. Like, Terrence, no, he doesn't. I'm like, yeah, the fuck he
Yeah,
do.
he do. That motherfucker like.
Hey, that was one dude right there too, man. He was the ultimate competitor. I was so happy that he got a ring though, man. Because Barbosa, he was because always looked at players that was around my height that was getting there. That dude was so fast, man. They call it the Brazilian blur for y'all young ones that don't know. That
Right,
Barbosa
Brazilian
was
blood,
that guy, bro. Man,
and he was in good shape for his age too.
Stayed in shape. He always came ready, man. He always came ready, man. That's why I had to. I got to the point, Polo, in my life that hey, I conceded, man, because I'm the type of person. Team beat me, I don't get no excuse. That's why I told Hitman. No, I never got into it with Hitman. We always had good conversations with Hitman. Shout out to the brother, man.
Oh yeah.
I
Nah,
just
man.
wish because he did call it this year. He did call it this year. That's why I'm giving him a star. He did call it. He did call it, man. But I just wish the NBA to let that boy Chris Paul let him breathe, man. Let him play, man. Stop being like that, man.
Yeah, like, but this is my thing. As much as they gave Chris Paul hell, about him not winning the championship and stuff like that, man. And I made a video about it. I was like, man, has he been? I think me and Turah was thinking about the same thing. Has he been cursed? Shout out to Turah. Has he been cursed, man? Because I think, yeah, he brought the weekend the weekend at Bernie's, man. Like that nigga.
Oh man, that video had me. I was in a bad mood, bro. I was in a bad mood. I was just thinking about something, man, and I've been having problems with myself,
With your what?
with myself, because I'm on myself. I just got Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Cause
yeah.
one of my phones got missing. So I know people been texting and calling, and I don't know who said what.
Right.
I only got some people on my messenger, so I'm a very private person, man. I don't get out, man. But Cuba had me dying when I saw that video. He had me on the
Yeah,
floor.
man. Yeah, T Price, don't let it get you, man. I rarely when I talk to you, if something's wrong with you, it's got to be like really, really, really hidden, or you really got to know it. Because I've only seen you like really go off on like, well, I like, damn, if you pissing T Price off, something wrong with you. Because I don't never this nigga ain't never had a bad mood. Yeah, he be having to calm my ass down. T Price, man, when you come up in here, I'll be like, man, he be bringing some sanity to me. Because some of the shit that some of these people say, I'll be like, I be having the woo side, man. For real, man.
I do the same thing. And then when I get on my channel, 'cause that's my leeway. That's my, I love bringing people together. I got people on there cooking now. You know what I mean? But I was like, man, let me go show support. And then when I came on Ticket, man, everybody was like, man, where you been? I've been on my channel. You know what I
Right.
mean? I said, I'm gonna come back and show what's up.
Yeah.
I was trying to get in the other night, man, but Ticket was going off, boy. I was like, man, go ahead and get it in, Ticket. As soon as he clicked the link, my ass closed my eyes. I was like, fuck that. I give a shout out. I give a shout out to Judge Frazier when it do, man. Man. I like to spread the love around, man. I can't wait for y'all. One day we do. What's the day we do? We do a spinoff over there on my shit, man. But when y'all coming in, there's only gonna be certain cats in there. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna get on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how you is. I know how Tubaro is. I know how myself is. I know how LB, especially when LB come in too. I'm the type of person you gotta know what you're talking about. Only people I know I trust in my panel. If you been on their platforms, you're gonna be getting on the panel. If not, then yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Right. That's what it's about, man. Because when y'all guys come through, when you come through, James, Too Raw for TV, he came through, and Ticket done came through. You see, man, I I appreciate stuff like that. Even
Me
Lamont,
too.
man. Even when Lamont comes through, and listen, I know some people they like, oh well, this and that and all this other stuff. T Price. That's the thing about me. I'm like, if y'all got y'all differences and you team this and you team that and all this other stuff, whether you want to believe it or not, all them guys that I just mentioned, they're LDBC. So it's still a brotherhood, and I'm just like, okay, figure out what y'all got to, but just don't bring it to this platform or whatever. That's like
Right,
me. I
right,
got
right.
somebody.
That's why I never went on nobody else's platform but the people who I know who I've been listening to. I be getting into other advice. I'm like, no disrespect. I don't know y'all like that. To me, that's like coming there and I get on there and I key with y'all and then y'all come out and make a little no, not on my watch. No sir.
Right, and
I
I
gotta be smarter than an average bear. I was watching Yogi Bears a few minutes ago. You gotta forgive
yeah, no, 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 no,
me.
that's what, Mr. Ranger.
Right.
Hey, that dude
Right.
from Fred Flintstone, that dude Fred Flintstone, I think what's his name? Two Rod was talking about it. He passed away on yesterday. On a day a long time ago. That dude that made Fred Flintstone, I forgot his name. He had passed away on that
Barney.
way. I forget his name. The guy that created the
Uh,
character.
oh, the guy that carries the character. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that, that,
forget his
that
name
created
too.
it because I used to watch all that shit. Too. Probably you already know. Rocky
Mhm.
and Bullwinkle, uh,
Oh yeah,
Space Ghost.
yeah. I told him because a lot of my friends they want me to do the old school throwback. I said, if I do the old school throwback, because the young ones be coming at me like Sean and them was like, man, if I get these old heads, I had underrated in there. They was like, man, you won, bro. 'Cause underrated fit in his 50s. You know what I mean?
Right,
Underrated, just you know what I mean. Shout out to underrated too, man. Cool brother, man. New York, man. I been listening to him in Ticket like around the same time. Then everybody else was follow suit. Mike too, Big Mike
right,
too, man. Everything just came together, man. I mean,
right,
it's just crazy. It's crazy how I knew James, though. I knew James. I used to know about that name when I was in Louisiana. Did not know he was the one that called called LeBron a role player. I remember that night. I was like, why that name
yeah,
sound familiar?
man.
Then I ended up then we ended up talking on Ticket Channel, and I'm like, man, this is insane. I've been knowing about your name. I've been knowing about you for years, bro. And I was just co-signing with everybody. I was like, wait, he's telling y'all it's fact, bro. He was a football player because I know. So I had a homeboy used to
Mhm.
play for the Lake Charles team, and they could beat everybody else, but they couldn't beat James in them teams.
Right. Yeah, they
James
what
team
you
used to
talking
beat the
about?
brakes out of them boys.
You talking
We
about
used to play semi. We used to
semi
play.
pro?
I think yeah, semi-pro. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to say they can't. If the next time I talk to James, I need to ask him if I possibly might have played again. I doubt it. He's not too much older than me, but I know when I was playing, we played like two teams that were from Louisiana, and they played in a tournament. They would go down to these tournaments because T Price, man, when you play sim, semi pro or whatnot, you have to go to like these tournaments. And I know down here for us, the country that we would go to was Mexico, and so we would go to like these tournaments, but there would be like 10 teams sometimes there, and they would be from different parts of the U.S. and we would have to play them. And I remember a couple of teams from Louisiana that would come down there, man. They would have a pretty good squad. It would be like Louisiana, there'd be Arkansas. Some teams would fly down from Memphis, New York. They would be from everywhere. Cali, all of that, man. And it would be good, good competition and stuff. But yeah, Louisiana, I never. I never met a person from Louisiana that couldn't hoop. I never met a person from California that couldn't hoop. Real talk. I think they might have went out. T Price, you on mute. I think Annie K and T Price on mute.
Hey, I'm still here, man. I'm getting my laundry together.
Oh no, no, it's okay, man.
Oh, I'm good now. I'm good
Wh-
now.
what you think about because the turmoil that's happening in Dallas, but what do you think about the what happened in New Orleans? You know that Zion, he wants to leave, and
Hmm.
what do you think about that? Now that Stan Van Gundy's gone and stuff like that, what do
I
you
mean, it's
see?
just a plot thickness, man. I don't know what's going to. See, I'm not the type of person like to proceed, like to speculate, and all that. I just let the chips relay. Whatever's going to happen, whatever's going to be recorded, when it's all said and done, that's when I'll speak on it. But for me, you could clearly see that something is wrong in Dallas.
Hmm.
Um, Shout out to my boy Jacob Jennings, man, because he came on there yesterday and shed his light on it. And I agree with him. It's time for a new face. It's time for a new face of the league. I mean, of that team. It's time for a new voice and everything like that. But now we live in it's in a players' league now, so the coaches really don't have, you know, like true, like you ain't got a Popovich that demands respect. Who else? Who else in the league do you know that demands respect? I know Nate McMillan, like a coach like a Nate McMillan, like players like a coach like that. There ain't too many of them coaches like that in the league. So for me, it's just like, okay, what kind of coach are y'all going to get? What kind of GM are you going to get? What you going to do with Porzingis? Are y'all going to keep Brunson? I think they should start Brunson. I've been saying that since they drafted him. They should have drafted him. You don't
Right.
know what you're talking about. Like man, the dude won two national championships in college. He was a player of the year. He was
I know.
defensive player of the year. I'm like, why not play this guy? He's proven. He's savvy. He's a lefty. He's strong. He's just short in stature, but he got heart. He know how to lead a team. He's a winner. Why not have a player like that as a leader on your team? To me, if they would have started him from the beginning
Hmm.
and along with Luca, they would look so much better right now.
Yeah.
Because one thing about Brunson, he's going to make sure the big man gets that ball. He's gonna make sure Porzingis touched it. And then if the thing is, what are y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna change? Are y'all gonna change your style of play now? Is Luka gonna still dominate the ball? There's just so many questions right now for them as an organization that they need to figure out. They got some shit they need to iron out real quick. I don't know how quick it's gonna be, but we're gonna see when this next season starts in October.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they
It's
about to
starting
go
on
back to.
time. It's starting on time this
Hmm.
year.
So, and when the finals gonna be in July,
Yeah. It's gonna be
August,
80. It's
September.
gonna be 82 games.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah. So
be.
they're back to the regular center. So yeah, so we just gonna have to see, man. It looks real ugly right now for him, bro. Oh, it's a little bit ugly over there for him, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Everybody, we gonna see what all these teams gonna do, what moves they gonna make. It's just getting started. I know, I know. Kimber went to OKC and everything like that, but I just don't understand what they're trying to do in OKC because you already got Shea Gildas as I think he's a point guard, but they got him playing shooting guard. I think because he was at Kentucky, he played point guard. But in the league, I think he's better off the point on the ball.
Right.
I think he's better with the ball. I don't understand with him and Kimber that makes. I mean, he can play off the ball, They
Hmm.
play all ball with Chris Paul. So, but Kimba is different from Chris Paul. So I don't understand that mix what they're trying to do, and they got rid of their tall kid too.
Who at
That's
OKC?
yeah, that little young boy. Yeah, he's a big kid. He went to a small. I forgot what school that dude went to. I remember him. They got a nice kid, big kid that played for Louisiana. I think he played for Louisiana Tech. He a lefty.
Yeah,
That
hey,
boy, that boy got game. And he's
yeah,
coming
hey.
back
I
next.
meant to ask you this if you knew that guy, T Price. The guy he was playing on the East. He transferred to Texas. He was a center. Um, they were talking about it. He transferred down to Texas now. I can't think of his
Oh,
name, man. But I think it was like I think it was CJ something. But
let me
I was
let me.
wondering if you had heard about that though.
I ain't heard it. Matter of fact, let me look it up right now while I'm on my laptop. That's one thing
Yeah.
about technology, man. Ain't like it was when we was growing up, man.
Google.
Yeah, I don't even have to do that because I don't even like Google and everything like that because Google don't even understand the words that be coming out my mouth sometimes.
Top recruit.
Okay, let's go to college basketball here.
Yeah, transfer.
Julian Tressman. Oh, we're talking about Trey Mitchell's commits to Texas to get
Yeah, 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 yeah,
five of the
yeah,
top
yeah.
35. Okay. Oh yeah, for UMass. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
from
nice.
UMass. There you go.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah,
I'm ready
you
for the
think that you
women's
think that's
game.
gonna be good for Texas?
Yeah, man. It's really um. I'm telling you, man. This draft right here, I think this draft is gonna be better than last year's draft. They got a lot of guards, a lot of wings, and they got
Hmm.
they. I don't know where Luca Garza gonna go. The big boy from but he can't. But he is a stretch. He just gotta. He can't shoot that three ball. So he's gonna be a type of player that's gonna be able to be in the league. He's just conditioning. Once you get that conditioning, then I think he's gonna be all right. This draft is gonna be interesting though.
Yeah, they got Cade Cunningham.
Baylor gonna have a lot of boys, and Baylor gonna have a lot of players from their team gonna be drafted in this draft.
Oh yeah, especially that boy Davion Mitchell. I'm anxious to see where he go though. Davion.
I know one of my homeboys say he reminds him he has a spider kind of body, but he's more built than spider.
Man, that dude can, but he shoot way better than Donovan though.
Mm-hmm.
At least in
Mm-hmm.
college, you never know how
In
how to
college,
change.
yeah, college and NBA is totally different, but he is a type player that if he gets burned, he's going to produce for your team because he's a smart player.
Right.
And not only that, Baylor got so many guards that's coming out of the draft.
They got Jared Bailey. I mean Jared. What's the name?
Oh man, what's that kid?
Jared
Butler.
Butler.
Butler. And even that transfer guard was a good one that came off that bench for him, man. Yeah, everybody's
Uh,
saying that he's the most ready NBA and NBA prospect right now.
I know I like that boy MJ Walker from Florida State.
Who? Yeah.
He
Lemon
was
Hamilton
nice.
always gets them boys. Lemon Hamilton always gets them nice players. That's why I like. That's why I'm not surprised about Terrence Mann. And I used to tell this. I used to say this when I was on Ticket Channel when they got him. That man
Hmm.
need to start immediately.
Yeah.
No, he needs to know. I like no. How else he going to get good? Imagine how good the Clippers
Right. You
would
got
have
to throw him
been
in the
if they would have
fire.
started him. That's the only he's too good of a player to be sitting there. You got Beverly out there, okay? You need to upgrade. I know, I know loyalty is loyalty, but sometimes things, things you got some things that's just a given, and that's why I like that's. Let's give you another good example: the Denver Nuggets. Imagine how
Uh-huh.
good he would have been if they would have been playing Michael Porter. from the beginning. So then, if let's just say I don't do hypotheticals, but just me, it's just all this proving something here.
Uh-huh.
Get these players these burn, man. Now you throw them in the fire, y'all fall up short. Now you got people talking about, oh, he's not ready. He's not ready, dude. That was his first time. That was like, dude. One thing about what y'all need to understand is this: all the great ones, you don't beat everybody. You can't beat everybody. You got
Right.
to be in that right situation. Okay. What Denver lacked was a point guard. It gets down to it. They really result off that series. Point guard play. Who had the better point guard? They, oh boy, he's from. I don't know his name. I know they got my boy from Iowa State. He actually from Georgia, from the state of Georgia too, the backup.
Mhm.
But you missed Jamal Murray out there.
Right.
And then with Denver too, it's too
You
much
talking
to
about
fill.
Morris? You talking about Morris?
Yeah, Monte Morris. Monte
Yeah.
Morris.
Yeah.
Shout out to Monte
Yeah.
Morris. I
I
like him,
I
man. He got
want
a
I
player.
like I like Harris, man. I used to like Harris, man, when he was there. A lot of people shitted on him. He was solid, man.
Talking about Devin
Sometimes he would,
Harris?
his play would come in
You talking about
question.
Devin Harris?
Huh?
You talking about Devin Harris?
No, Gary Harris.
Oh, Gary. Oh, I didn't like. I never was a fan of Gary Harris.
You didn't like him. Yeah, I kind of
Mhm.
I kind of like Gary Harris, man. He came
He
up
was good
kind of
before. He was
kind of
good
short
before the
though,
injuries, and then
recruited.
after he came out of injuries, he ain't never been the same, man.
Yeah, and then Will
I
Barton.
wasn't big. I never was big on Gary Harris. Look at all them in Michigan State. They do get some players, but look at the players that been in the league lately that Izzo be getting. You know what I mean? See how they panning out in the league. That's one thing I look. That's one thing I respect about these colleges like Carolina and or Kansas or UCLA. Nowadays,
Yep, Michigan
if
got Isaiah
Michigan,
Livers.
oh
You know,
Livers,
yeah,
yeah, he from Kalamazoo. Shout out to Kalamazoo, Michigan, man. I used to
yeah,
be up
and
there
then
back in the day, but yeah, Livers is. Hey, if they would have had Livers, I think they would. They would have had. I think Butler was still. I think Baylor was still would have beat him, but they would have gave him a better matchup.
and
I
check
think they
this
would have
though.
beat Gonzaga. I think they would have beat Gonzaga. They would have had Livers.
Check this though, T Price. It's like supposed to be like two guys that's supposed to be going straight to the G League. Uh,
Yeah, from high school. Yeah, I
yeah,
already know that. Yeah,
Isaiah. Not from.
one is the guard.
Yeah,
One is the
Isaiah
guard.
Todd.
Yeah, and you look at that,
From
and look at them kids that's coming in the league. Like the one that's going like to the G League. That's a guard. He already have an NBA body already. You see what I'm saying?
right.
And he's like the best shooting guard I think in the. I don't get into all the rankings. I think all the rankings are underrated. You know what I mean? You always got some players that that was always under the radar that always end up being a better pro. So I
Right.
don't get into that. But for this kid, hey, they might as well get LeVar Ball a check for the rest of his life. And he came out with the idea. They just they just they stole that and
They
created.
stole it from him, man. Hey, man, that is facts, T. Price. I'm glad you say that, man. They stole that from him, man. But they were shitting on him when he was trying to do the JBA.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the NBA, they were criticizing Ice Cube about the Big Three, and guess what they did? They stole some of his concepts.
Mm-hmm.
That's one
Look how
reason
they
why
do.
I don't
Look
really
how they
like
do the ABA.
NBA.
Look how they do the ABA. Don't even mention the ABA.
Right.
If they actually mention the ABA, then people will really see how good Dr. J was.
Hell yeah. If it wasn't for the ABA, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be, the dunk
Yes,
contest, the 3 point
yes, the three
contest,
point contest and three pointers.
high
It's all
flyers.
that from the ABA, right?
What did they? What else? Shoot, even like I know they had some form of mascots and stuff like that, but the ABA used to
Mm-hmm.
take it to a whole nother level in terms of the fun. and the pizzazz and the showmanship and stuff like that. Plus the style of play. T Price, you already know the style of play in the ABA was like high flying, fancy moves and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. NBA was just boring. Yeah, what I'm saying? It wasn't cracking like that. But when you go to the ABA, that's like going to the hood. Okay, that's like being in the suburbs. Hey, T Price, you bored as hell. It ain't nothing going on. It's like, damn, man. Then you go to the hood. It's like, man, you get the best food. I mean, you got the best places to shop. You can get the best shoes over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, man. I love it over here.
Yes,
So
sir. Hey, man, it's good chopping
that's
it
what I
up
felt
with
like
you,
the
bro.
interpretation was.
I'm about
Huh?
to go do some things, man.
Oh,
Try
you
to
out
get
of
some
here?
over here going on. Yeah, bro. I came here. I chopped that with you for an hour, man. That's a record.
You crazy, man. Nah, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I was up in the midst
Yeah, I come back and
talk.
check on you later. Definitely I'm gonna do a stream later. I'll come over here and converse over here when everything get up and going.
No doubt, man. We stay grinding over here, man, because I'm about to get into another one, man, talking about Mello, man. This Mello
All
situation.
right, all
All
right,
right, bro, man. Hey, y'all go ahead and
all right, man. Have a
subscribe to
good
that
one.
boy T Price channel. This your boy
Word.
Polo Sports Talking ENT, and also Polo Sports News. Plus, be sure y'all go ahead and check out my boy T Price channel. I'll holler at y'all LDBC.